everybody, Vidium here, and as always I'm with my brother Nuki. And this is our first update on the Summer Backlog Challenge. As you know, this Summer Backlog Challenge actually started on the 1st of June, and today actually is the last day of the month. So what we're going to do is that we're going to talk about the first two games that we have ended. We have been able to finish game 1 and 2. And instead of doing two separate videos, we're going to do both games in this one. Let's start with you, because you actually finished your very first game. The very first day.
Yeah. I actually took Sonic Say. I have it for downloadable. Downloadable for the PS3. The very first day of June, I started playing it like very early, and I finished it with all the time stones. I was like, really? That's it? I can do this without the time stones too, and I finished it without the time. So I got both endings on the very same day. I just went straight forward and speed run it. I guess you could say that I speed ran the game.
Well, it is a classic Sonic game, so it's not a very long game, and it's not that difficult as Sonic 1, 2, and 3 are. So that is the reason why actually you were able to finish it on the first day. But it is first for us that someone actually ended the first game from start to finish the very first day. So in my case, I was playing Metroid Trilogy, actually playing Metroid Prime 1. As I said on the last video, this is Nuki's copy, but I actually designed it as yours. The thing is that I actually own the game for the GameCube, but I really wanted to try to play the game on the Wii because I really wanted to try the controls. And I have to say that until a certain point of the game, I said, for some reason I actually found that the GameCube controllers were better, especially with the lock-on. Because I was having a problem because every time I tried to lock on, the only thing they actually locked on was the sight. But the arm cannon, you can still move it actually anywhere. And so I was saying, so what's the deal with the lock-on? So the only thing I'm locking on is just my sight. I really need the arm cannon to do that. Then Nuki told me, did you check the options?
Have you checked the options where you can change like cursor so you can lock on not only the camera but the arm cannon?
I just went straight to the game and I checked.
You check the options first.
So I checked the options, and yes, there's an option you can change the lock on. And since I did that, the controls were awesome. It plays so freaking well. Now instead of locking on the side, you were locking on cannon. And it is so freaking easy to play the game that way. But the thing is that I actually like more Metro games where you actually are able to see Samus. I don't like it that much on a first-person perspective. I don't like it that much. The game is awesome. It's quite easy, but it's not memorable. Because most of the time when you're doing it's a first-person shooter. But most of the time what you're doing is just killing small aliens that are on the way. That's it. The only exciting part of the game is when you are on the caverns, when you are on the Space Pirates base, that you actually have to fight against the Space Pirates, and they're shooting at you. That's the most exciting part of the game, but that is actually right at the end of the game. And the bosses are not memorable either. They're quite easy. There are not many bosses. Even Ridley, which is at the end of the game, really is so freaking easy. The Metroid Prime It looks awesome, but it's easy as well. I was able to beat both of them on the first try. I didn't die. The only thing is that the collectathon that you have to do, you have to collect all the missile expansions, that you have to collect all the energy tanks. That is a hassle. It's pretty brutal trying to find everything, but I was able to finish it 100%. I actually found everything on the game, and I'm not a completionist, and I was able to do that. So
I like it though.
that was the first game. Which was your second game?
My second game was actually one of the games you had for the backlog, which is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I was initially gonna play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS, but I said this one was, you know, in my backlog for a longer time, so I decided I opted out for this one. And my God, this game is blah. I just can't put it into words. It's just so amazing. It looks so beautiful. I mean, the graphics, even though they're not HD, you know what? Suck it. This looks more beautiful than any HDI graphics I've ever seen so far. And yeah, I'm going there. I'm really going there.
If you actually have the component cables and you put it on an HDTV,
Yeah.
you use the component cable as I have. I actually have my Wii with the component cables. The games look so awesome, especially that one.
Yeah.
That game looks really awesome. I do not understand why many people say that the graphics on this game were not that good.
Yeah.
They were. They actually were.
Yeah. Sadly, I do not have an HD TV. Well, the only thing I have is that dinosaur over there. But even so, it looks so freaking amazing. I was in awe, and pretty much everything. I mean, the whole world was so vivid. Everything was just damn. And the boss fights were really, they were really easy. The only problem itself that I had with the game itself was the controls. The Motion Plus tends to decalibrate. I don't know if that's a word, but I guess.
You have to calibrate.
Yeah, it
Almost all the time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and sometimes the connector with the nunchuck, it kind of like disassembled it. Not that it disassembled it, but it wouldn't recognize the nunchuck, and I was like, oh my god, why is it so troublesome?
When I played the game, I didn't have that much problem with controls. But yes, I had to calibrate every so minutes. I have to do it because I moved the controller away from the sensor bar, and you have to calibrate it back again. But the thing is that the controls that I was using was the Legend of Zelda control, the gold controller that came with the game. In your case, you're not. You're using the normal Wii mode with the expansion, which is a little bit different.
Probably that's one of the reasons why. I mean, probably there's some difference between having the adapter, other to having the whole thing just integrated. Maybe that has to do something with it. I'm not sure. I don't really know. I mean, but yeah, it was a bit troublesome having to calibrate over and over again. But in the end, I was able to make it to the finish. The final boss was actually pretty easy. The thing is that you were able to beat him with a tactic, you know, where you held the sword.
Exactly. I was using the sword power. You have to put the sword straight up, and it caught
the lightning.
The lightning, and you have to strike.
And you went all the power of Grayskull on him.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't do that because every time I was trying to go power of Grayskull on him, the freaking guy did the dash thing and hit me, and I was like, I'm free, whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna guard, hit, guard, hit, and pretty much that's all I did to beat him. And it was easier for me that way actually, but you know, it was pretty easy, and the story is really amazing. I mean, the whole game is just really wow. I mean, they really outdid themselves with this one. I'm gonna, after this backlog is done, I'm gonna see when I'm gonna be able to get into the 3DS one, because I have another whole huge list of backlog games I need to get into. So I'll try to get on that one as well. But really, I recommend it. the worst as well. Did I mention that it was WoW?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
My second game on the backlog challenge was actually Wario Land Masturbation. I'm sorry.
Remember.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mischief makers. Shake, shake.
Yeah,
shake,
I know.
shake.
I keep forgetting. I keep having to say the problem. Take damn game.
Take.
I keep changing the name, but it's, I'm sorry.
Take.
It is Wario Land Shake It.
Take.
And I have to tell you, this is one of the funniest games that I have played.
Really?
Wario is pretty funny on this game.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started to play this game when I bought it, and I didn't look at it ever again. And so I decided to put it on my backlog. And lucky me, I was actually at the end of the game. I actually started when where I left off, which was at the beginning of the 5th island. The game is divided in 5 islands with different stages, like 4 or 5 stages, something like that. Stop that. And the thing is that I was able to continue exactly at the beginning of the 5th island. So I played that and I beat the boss of that island, which is like a huge dog on a wong, on a Chinese wong or something like that. And the thing is that he shoots things out of his mouth, and you have to take the bags, shake them, and enemies will pop out from the bag, and you have to take those enemies and you have to feed them to the duck. And once he do that, he actually eats the enemy. Sometimes he will throw a bomb, and the bomb has a timer, and you have to pick it up and you have to aim it right to his face. And so when you actually throw that bomb, he has to eat it. And once he's eaten it, it will blow inside of him. He will fall, and you have to dash attack his belly. And every time that happens, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until he actually blows up. And the thing is that enemy was harder to fight than the last boss, which is the pirate captain. I believe it was the Shake It King, something like that. I don't remember.
Shake.
Yeah, the thing is, he was easier. He has all the powers that Wario has in this game, and it is a fight between the two of us using the same powers. So he actually has this psycho crusher maneuver,
and
in which you have to jump on top of him. He will lose his balance and he will go through the wall, and he gets stuck in the wall, and you have to dash attack his ass. And then
what now?
Yeah, well, literally, his ass is sticking out. You have to keep dashing, attacking all the time.
You have to dash his ass.
Yeah, you have to dash his ass. The thing is that once you do that, you take him, you shake him, take all the money that he's had, and then you throw it back to the wall.
That game is so wrong.
Yeah, it is so long, but it's fun. The thing that I love the most is the ending of the game, when Wario is right in front of the princess of fairies. I don't remember the names, but she's in front of him.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but she's in front of him with, oh, my hero, and all that stuff. And Wario just go, take her, look at her, and toss her away.
GTFO, bitch.
Yeah, get out of the way. I just want to move.
Bitch, get out of the way.
I saw that and, what did this motherfucker do? Just toss her away, and that's it.
Bitch, get out of the way.
And it was fun. The game is very, very fun. There's a lot of things to do in the game. I didn't finish it 100%, but there's a lot of things you have to do in the stages. There's a lot of things you have to do on the stage.
Just put swag on you.
Yeah. Where you have to complete missions, you have to finish the stages in a certain way to actually be able to complete those missions on the game, on the stage, and you have to take some treasures. You have to find 3 different types of treasures on the stage and all that stuff. I actually got most of the treasures and part of those missions, but there are too many, and so I said I'm not going to do that. So I was able to finish my second game. Now we're going to the third game. I haven't decided yet which game I'm going to take as a third game, but you already did, which was the Lego Batman on the PlayStation 3. I haven't decided yet, but the thing is that as soon as we have those games ready, we're going to let you know. So this is the end of the first update of the Summer Backlog Challenge. So we're going to continue playing. I hope you're doing your part as well. There's a lot of people that we know that are doing the Backlog Challenge. So, well guys, until next time. June 1st, and this is actually the last day of the month. This is right at the last moment of the no. Hello everybody, and welcome to a new update. And as you all